Good evening folks, and just unplug that a minute. What we've got here is the Toshiba RT120S radio cassette recorder from the 1980s. Now this animal is a bit rough. It has external mic sockets on it and external left and right auxiliary. Provision for run-on batteries. I had one of these back in the day when they were new, and they were quite a good recorder. So let's see what the issues is. I know this works. This is not a repair, this is a service. I know this works. So I know it's just a service video because the person I bought this from showed me it working. So right, let me just get the screws out. Right, let's open the lid. Right, any more screws in this somewhere? Yeah. Oh, there is. Yeah, I remember it now. There's always one you forget. That lid's a bit thinking. But we'll sort that out. It does open and close and the cassette goes in, but might need to do a repair there. But other than that, this, like I say, I had one of these back in the day when they were new, and I thought they were absolutely fabulous for what they were. Two out the bottom, two from the top, one from the middle. Now, there's none in the back, I'm certain of it. Just check there's none holes in the battery compartment down. No. Leave that off anyway because it needs to be cleaned, and there's no screw in the back there. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. Should lift off. There we go. That's tuning dial. That's all going to get put that on that seat there because that's all going to get washed. And if I remember rightly, do the speakers unplug on this? I probably don't. But I think the mech does, and it's the mech I want to work on. So, right. Right, well, we'll give all that a good clean. And there's a capacitor on that, so we'll replace that for a start. So we'll do that. And there's two microphones in this, two built-in microphones in this. Now basically, put that lead out of the way because it's got two, turn that switch off to that. Now, I caught the button there folks and turned you off. Now, the motor in this is good, I've heard it playing. Now, the thing you have to check for on these, make sure that it is right, is these buttons. And the reason why you have to check these buttons, because they can break, they actually break here. They break here, and I'm actually going to take these off because I'm going to wash them, because they do come off nice and easily. To remove the buttons, we simply take our slot head screwdriver and just make sure I do it right, so I don't want to break anything, do we? we take our slotted screwdriver, and remember, there we go, this is old plastic, so it has to be done without damaging it. And do this side, and that's that. That's the buttons taken out. Now we can take the bar out. We can remove all the buttons from the bar because it shows you which ones is which. They're all written on. They're all going to get washed, and a little bit of oil will be go on that, or a little bit of grease, and that'll be cleaned. So we'll put that there for a minute because that's all going to be washed. The pinch roller needs to be cleaned. Let's just check how rubbery it is. I've got some rubber renew, so I'll clean it with rubber renew. The capstan needs to be cleaned. Let's have a look at the belt. See if that belt stretches. Oops. Yeah. I think I think what we'll do here, folks, we will try and keep you in shot, because now it's try and think where my belts are. I need to think where all my belts are. They should be on here. Find my belts, and I will put a new belt on if I can find my belts. And even if I can't, it'll stay apart until I do, because I'm not happy with that, and I would like a new belt on there. See, I've got this much shit gathered about on here. I can't find. I mean, they're not at the back there, and that's the tape. I need the tape, so I'll leave that to hand. I did actually have plans. I've not put them in a drawer, have I? Because I've got a big bag of belts that I bought. And I bought them for this specific purpose. But I need a frigging belt for a tape recorder. Now, right. Now, let's lift this up a bit. It's too far there. There, that's better. Right, so what we'll do now, we'll remove all this. I mean, this has got dog hairs and stuff in it, and needs a really, really good cleaning and seeing to. I'm not going to strip this mech completely. There's no way I'm doing that. It doesn't need to be stripped completely. But it is going to be done so that take care of that, young players. Little ball, small ball bear, a little small bush, and that falls out. Now, what we'll do now, we'll size. Now, as you can see, look. See, there's two bumps in that belt. There's one there and one there. So, what we'll do, we'll find a belt that's a little bit smaller than the one what we actually need. And when you want one belt, you pull them all out, don't you? So we just need one a little bit smaller and probably a bit more substantial. That's too big, which is a shame. I feel like chewing them in fucking belts, cheap Chinese shit. But they're all I've got, so I have to use them. It's too small. They're what I've got, so they're what I'm going to use. I think that might be the one. Let's just pop that on and feel the tension. Yeah. So I'll take that back off because that's the one we're going to use. That's the no good one. What I need to do, you know, I actually need to get a hook in here and on the wall there, and I can hook the belts on. So when I need a belt, I can know where they all are. So I haven't tested this for recording yet. I know it plays a tape because my mate Bernard, see, this is going to Tyrone because the one I've just sent back to him he's not happy with. It's, although it seemed to work okay here, it isn't working okay there, and he's not happy, so, and he needs it, so I got this one. Now what I want to do is take out the capstan because I want to lubricate, clean and lubricate it. And there should be, there's a gear on that, and that gear should fit, that fits into there, but pull it off there for a minute, off the shaft, because it'll all get a good clean. And there should be another little white thing under here, a little space I think, if it's fitted on this machine. No, it's not, it'd be there if it was. And that's the little bearing that goes, pull out with them screws. Now, my isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol. Some people call it rubbing alcohol, some people call it by other things. It's known in the UK as isopropyl, but some people call it other things. Oh. See, that's actually cleaned the oxide off, but there we go, that's the capstan cleaned. We'll put a little bit of, and put the top back on the isopropyl. There we go, because we don't want any spillage, do we? That stuff's expensive. And I'm not taking any of this crap out. All that can stay as it is. Right, so get me grease. My little brush. brush. I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking he's just cleaned that capstan. You're all thinking, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking he's just cleaned that capstan. Given that. And he's now going to get crap back on it by putting a bit of grease on. Well, you're absolutely right, folks, because I'm put a bit there, only needs a bit, and I'm going to put a bit on the bottom there, because it only needs a bit. A little goes a long way, especially when it's my grease. And what I'll do, now you lot think you're going to get dirty, well it ain't, because are we engaged there? Yeah. You all think it's going to get dirty just because this belt a quick wipe before it goes on. I know it's new, but I still like to give them a wipe, and I'll give a wipe on my shirt. Even though it's new, still give it a bit of a wipe. There we go. Look at this, eh? Look at that. Cheap Chinese shit. Look at that. Now, get the isopropyl out. And put it there, and that'll clean that. Then clean the motor pulley, put the new belt on and make sure we get it straight. Ah, yeah. Let's turn that round, and that will find its own way in a minute. There we go. And we've already put grease on the motor, the capstan rather. There we go. Now, the mechanism doesn't take a lot of servicing in this. There we go. Doesn't take a lot of servicing, this mechanism. It's just really giving everything a clean and just making sure that it'll be reliable. And you know, make sure that that is done, which it is about tight. Now, let's check. Oh, that's a bit gummy down there. I can't take all them buttons out. Fuck me. is clean the pinch roller. Well, I can actually clean the transport here when I'm putting it back together. Don't need to worry about that for a minute. What I want to do is clean the grease off these buttons, and that's easy because it's not gone hard. We've got some isopropyl there as well. Give that a rub. Put some new grease on. Get all the airs out of it. There we go. Right. Only needs a little bit on each one. Just coat the whole length of the button. And when you operate it, and there's some goes on the other side as well. When you operate the button, it'll push it in. There we go. When the button gets operated, it'll push it in. See, that prevents metal on metal contact, and this side's all nice and clean, but I'm going to give it a bit of grease anyway. Why? Because I can. There are probably those that are out there saying, no, 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 don't. Well, but it's me that's doing it, so not that I'm saying that you should do it this way. And this is a permanent magnet erase head. I wonder if this is DC biased. I don't know. Don't know whether it's AC or DC biased. I do not know this, because I've not found this out yet. Now, that to all intents and purposes is the cassette mechanism serviced, really. All I've got to do is go and wash the buttons. I mean, in all honesty, folks, I don't expect these buttons. They should be. Where's the metal shaft gone that we're on? We don't want to get there to find we've lost our metal shaft, do we? Where's the metal shaft that we're all on? It's not rolled off the side. I know it's on here somewhere, so I'll put them down there in a minute, because I'm going to need that when I come back, because they're all going to have to go back onto it. Now, where have I put my metal shaft? I took it out and I slid the buttons off it and I put it with them. So there it is. Behind the isopropyl, that needs a clean as well. So I'll give that a clean now, because that'll have a bit of grease smeared on it, in order for the buttons to work nicely. But I'll put the isopropyl out of the way now, and I'm going to need that for a few minutes. Let's give this rod a clean. Get all the shit off it, so that it's and the nice thing I like about this, all the buttons are labelled. It's all labelled. Right. Let's take these to the sink and get them washed. Be back in a minute, folks. Right, we're back now. These are a bit cleaner. I mean, they're not mint, they're never going to be, because I mean, this thing's 30 odd years old, but it can be made again. It can be made to look again. Can be made to work like it's a few days old. It can be made to work like new. Now, and all these buttons are numbered and they're named, and so we should put them back in without fucking breaking any of them. So we've got, right, so we've got, if we have a look at the front, well, I shouldn't have to look at the front actually, let's just do it. Right, so we've got the pause button, oh hang on, got to put some lubricant on this, haven't I? I've nearly forgot. What I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to lubricate the whole bar that way. Not bothered to get a bit on my fingers, it'll wipe off. There we go. Put a bit of that on there. Now, there we go. Now, ew. Right. Right, so oh, I think I've overdone it with the grease there. Let's just get that off. There we go. Give it all the wipers, it all goes on. So it's one. Well, that's wrong for a start. So let me just check something. Pause is 6. That's 5. 4. 3. 2, and ejects on the opposite side. I forgot, because I didn't look when I removed them. There we go. Let's give that a bit of a wipe. There we go. Right. Here's the funny bit. This is the funny bit. Push that down. Push. Make sure we're all located. Yeah, we should be. Yeah. Right. Are we fully located there with all them buttons? Well, we're not fully though. We're located there, located there, located there, and that'll just drop in. You're supposed to be able to just push that. There we go. That's eject. Now, let's just give a clean under here. Oops, don't want to catch on that spring, get off. Get off. I'll start pulling springs off. Just check all the buttons work, which pause, fast forward, play, rewind, push that up there for record, push that up there around for record, and it has one touch record on these, but I wasn't happy with that, but that's okay. Right, now we're okay with that now. And I think that wire's supposed to go behind that. Yeah, it is. So, play. Why does the stop stay down? Let's have a look at that. Right, let's put a bit of... There's where your issue is. Oops. Get that wire out of the way. Bit of grease down onto them. Oh, keep wearing a pinch roll. There we go. Should come down a bit further. That should come down to there, and it doesn't. Can you still see what I'm doing? And I've got a feeling, oh, I know why. I know why. There's a spring off there. That spring is off there. And I would imagine that that goes there. Should we try that? Eject. So it's and that's your record. Although I don't get the feeling that goes there. Well, actually, it can't go anywhere else. So it has to go there. Right, well, let's just check all the buttons work. Now, pause. Fast forward. Play. Rewind. Push that switch up there for record. Record. It goes there. It's correct. It's correct. Put the top on the grease. Now let's bring the main radio cassette body back, because what I'm going to do now, I'll put the mechanism there for a minute, and I want to fuck all coming out of that. There we go. Now the main issue that these things have is this record switch. Can I lift the radio board out a bit to get a bit more access? See, I don't want to take anything apart, I don't have to. I've done that switch there. Take it down. Spray them. There we go. Let's put the cassette, put the that one there is for the, I would hazard a guess and say the power. Yeah. Right, get in here, bastard. There you go. That's one in. I had one of these, like I say, I had one of these back in the day, and you know, I never actually had any problem with it. To be honest, I actually thought, for what it was, I thought it was quite a good machine. It was probably the best one that Toshiba ever bloody made, because most of that stuff was, let's face it, most of that stuff was shit. But this one wasn't too bad, this particular unit. Like I say, I had one, and it's even got real tweeters as such as they are in this. I mean, some of these particular models didn't have as real tweeters in them, but this one has. This has got proper tweeters in it. So this would have been right. And I've just lost my screwdriver. It's a good job I'm not going to be... That's the interference from my camera. Right. Let's put a tape in it. Right. And I would imagine that's tape. Let's put that there. So, right, well, we're in. This is a test of the Toshiba radio cassette from the 1980s. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Now let's stop it. Rewind. Rewind well. Oop, I keep forgetting where stop is. It's there. Play. This is a test of the Toshiba radio cassette from the 1980s. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. And I can already tell that's got some wobble in it. So, before I investigate that, I'm going to clean the tape path. Because I already can tell that's got wound flutter in it. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, because Tyrone isn't playing music on this, I don't think. But I'd like it to be right in case he decides to. So we'll clean the head. Clean the permanent magnet erase head. And the reason why it went off is I hit the auto stop. And there's something hitting the capstan. I can feel something hitting the capstan, so that's probably why it's a bit thingy, but we'll sort that out in a second. Just something's hitting the flywheel, not the capstan, the actual. Pull this out of here now. See, there's nothing there now, no noise there now, but saying that, this pinch roll is absolutely filthy. Where's my sanding block? Got a very, very, very fine sand block somewhere. Do you know when I want something? I never fucking find it. Let's try this pin cloth, because that one's just, the fibres are just coming off onto the, oh, that's better. Bits of tape stuck in and everything. Little fucking sanding block. Do you know when you want something? I don't need the WD-40, I don't know why that's out. Do you know when you want something you can't put your fucking fingers on it? Put the top on that fucking isopropyl laminate. I see a disaster. Now let's just... there it is. See, I've got this little sanding block, and it's very, very fine. I'll get my rubber renew anyway, and I'll clean it with that as well. I want to just make sure I get it right. Just hold that there. So really all I'm doing is cleaning the transport. I mean, oops. And that's stopping because, pull a bit of that off, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I can work that out, I can hold that onto it now. That tape oxide, that's been in there for years. Let's go and get the rubber renew. It'll be the first time I've used the rubber renew. And he's getting first class treatment here, is Tyrone, because it's expensive stuff. Right, well we're back with the rubber renew. Let's get this sorted. Let's put a hole in the top of it. There we go. Get the cloth. Oh, that's doing it. Let's get another bloody cloth, that's a pain in the ass. Let's put my glasses on. Right. Let's try that now. That rubber renew is dangerous, so make sure that you don't. I have to wash my hands before I'm finished. No, because it is poisonous. Let's try that. Put it back in the back in the cabinet. Oh. Yeah. Try to do it stood up. Let's do the laying down, it'll be easier. Lay it flat. Now, your tape. Where did I put the tape? Right, so the tape, just rewind. So we've got to knock the fucking belt off. Or am I catching fucking wires in places where fucking wires shouldn't be caught? Right. Put that back over there. Put that back. Let's try that. Now we're working now. Must have had something caught. Yeah, we're rewinding now. Right. That noise is the grommets in the motor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That noise is the grommets in the motor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder if that belt's a bit tight. That's not. Let's try squeezing some stuff into the. I wonder, have a look at the motor grommets. The motor grommets are a bit fucked. See if we can tighten the motor a bit more to compensate. Let's try that. Just push the speakers back in on falling out. Now put that belt. Let's find another belt, folks. I'm happy with that belt. Very unhappy with that. Could do a slightly bigger belt. No, it might be too big. Let's get the screws undone. Let's get unslacked. Yeah, we want to unslack them. Yeah, get them slackened off. Because there was I just think that is too tight. Let's try this one. That one might be a bit too loose. Yeah, that's too big. Let's just try that. That's a bit looser, a bit slacker, that one. Smell that rubber you use stinks. Might even be the fucking motor itself. If it's the motor itself, there's now I can do it. I ain't got another one. And that doesn't help. In fact, I've fucking unplugged that. Let's just shift all them belts in a minute. Oh, hey, folks, it never ends with pause, eh? And there's places. Look at this, it's got under. Oh, get here. There. I do like the way this is made though. There we go. I mean, this is a decent model. There we go. Yep, no noise. Let's put the tape in it. I just knocked the fucking belt off. No, I haven't. Move all these wires. Probably these wires out here and everything. Shift that wire out of the way. Now, that's it. Alright, so let's go for record. Oops. What's hitting that now? That's normal. Right, well we'll shut that motor noise up, so we've got rid of that. And everything else seems to be okay. There's a bit of a thingy there, but there's not much we're going to be able to do, I don't think. I'll have a look at that auto stop and find out why that plays up every now and again. That's supposed to stop when you simulate a tape stopped. Have I got anything I can simulate a tape stop with? I've got a screwdriver, so if I jam that in there, that stops that, which is what it's supposed to do. But I think once we're in properly and everything's lined up, I think it'll be okay. Right, well we'll shut that motor noise up, so we've got rid of that. And everything else seems to be okay. It's a bit of a thingy there, but there's not much we're going to be able to do, I don't think. I'll have a look at that auto stop and find out why that plays up every now and again. That's supposed to stop when you simulate a tape stopped. Have I got anything I can simulate a tape stop with? I've got a screwdriver, so if I jam that in there. Fuck's sake, oh fuck 'em. Let's press that. Right. I don't understand that. So right, well I think we've got it now, folks. It was a belt issue with a wound flutter, cheap Chinese belts. Anyway, turned out to be a belt issue as far as I know. I'm going to rewind the tape. I'm going to try and play and record again. And because this has got to be right. I mean, rewind's okay. It seems to be fine. But I think. Right. I mean, we're going to get a bit of noise from the mechanism, obviously, through the built-in mics. Right, this is a test of the Toshiba RT120, I think it is. A radio cassette recorder from the 1980s. And it apparently appears to be, yeah. What I will do though, I will actually inject a tone into it to actually double check things, I think. Anyway, let's stop that and rewind. There we go. Hold the tape, there we go. I mean, we're going to get a bit of noise from the mechanism, obviously, through the built-in mics. Right, this is a test of the Toshiba RT120, I think. Yes. Radio cassette recorder. That's the one flutter gone. From the 1980s. And it apparently appears to be, yeah. What I will do though, I will actually inject a tone into it to actually double check things, I think. Anyway, let's stop that and rewind. Right. Oh, fuck it. These Chinese belts are not brilliant, you know. I put one on and I had to go for another one, but we do now. We have a brand new belt on there now, and these cheap Chinese belts are not the best in the world. And they're not from the original manufacturer of the machine. But let's see how sensitive this actually is. Let's rewind the tape. Even though this has one touch record, because I'm old-fashioned, I always press the two record buttons at once. I press the play and record. The reason why I do that is because these have been known, if you use the one touch, they have been known to snap the button. I've known it to happen on them, so I press both buttons down and it puts equal force. I believe that anyway. And let's see how sensitive this is. Let's see how sensitive this is. I'm going to walk into the kitchen because I'm going to take the front case parts in because they need to be washed. Actually, I want to look at the... Oh, I thought that was damaged. I thought that was damaged, the front. It's not. I thought that was damaged. I thought it was a lug broke off. It's not. Once it's all... What it actually is, it's strained there. There we go. That's all it is, yeah. I'll need to repair that. I'll just need to repair that. But I'll take that off for now, because that was broke anyway, and I'll need to just repair that. But that's no problem. So we'll just repair that after. And I mean, it wouldn't make any difference anyway, but I like things right. And I'm going to take the case bits to the kitchen, and I'll talk while I'm doing that, and we can see how sensitive this is, and then I can stop and have a cup of tea and maybe have something to eat, because I'm absolutely fucking starving. I feel like I'm an Ethiopian. Anyway, I'm talking at normal volume that I would normally talk at, and it's got to be more sensitive with Tyrone plugs his other mic in. Anyway, so put on that for now, that can be sorted out after. What have I got for scram? Let's try one of these. I've got these little, what do you call them? But before I use them all with my hands. Move! Move! You're going to end up falling over here. You can't have these. These are for me. And besides, Scraps, you don't pay me enough board to get one of these. I love you really, don't I, fella? Hey, does Dad love you? Yes, he does. But that doesn't mean to say you can come in here and mither me. Right, let's rewind that and see what we've got. Oh yeah. Because I'm old fashioned, I always press the 2 record buttons at once. Press the play and record. The reason why I do that is because these have been known, if you use the one touch, they have been known to snap the button. I've known it to happen on them, so I press both buttons down and it puts equal force. I believe that anyway. And let's see how sensitive this is. Let's see how sensitive this is. I'm going to walk into the kitchen because I'm going to take the front case parts in because they need to be washed. Actually, I want to look at the... Oh, I thought that was damaged. I thought it was damaged, the front. It's not. I thought that was damaged. I thought it was a lug broke off. It's not. Once it's all... What it actually is, it's strained there. There we go. That's... Oh, it is, yeah. I'll need to repair that. I'll just need to repair that. But I'll take that off for now, because that was broke anyway, and I'll need to just repair that. But that's no problem. So we'll just repair that after. And I mean, it wouldn't make any difference anyway, but I like things right. And I'm going to take the case bits to the kitchen, and I'll talk while I'm doing that, and we can see how sensitive this is, and then I can stop and have a cup of tea and maybe have something to eat because I'm absolutely fucking starving. I feel like I'm an Ethiopian. Anyway, I'm talking at normal volume that I would normally talk at, and it's got to be more sensitive than time on cooking like it anyway, so on there, you know, so scrap. Try one of these. I don't think but before I eat it, right, well that seems to be, I can still hear myself in there. Could hear me wash myself, wash my hands, shit like that. You can't have these. These are for me. And besides, Scraps, you don't pay me enough board to get one of these. I love you really, don't I, fella? Hey, does Dad love you? Yes, he does. But that doesn't mean to say you can come in here and right, let's rewind that and see what we've got. Right. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that noise. It's just mechanism noise. There's not really a lot I can do about it. You have to remember this mechanism's 30 odd years old. I mean, and I need to try and do something about the aerial because the aerial's broke. But it's all going to get a good wash and a good clean before it leaves here. And the buttons have all been done, and I'm quite happy. All the tape transport's been done. And that's on play. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that noise. It's just mechanism noise. There's not really a lot I can do about it. But you have to remember this mechanism's 30 odd years old. I mean, and I need to try and do something about the aerial because the aerial's broke. But it's all going to get a good wash and a good clean before it leaves here. And the buttons have all been done. And I'm quite happy because they need to be washed. Actually, I want to look at the out. Sort of sniffing my leg. It feels horrible. Right. Right. Get some tea and then come back to you folks when I've cleaned the case and generally put it all back together. It's done. It just needed a service on the cassette. That's done. Right, well I seem to have got a motherfucker run out of memory card here folks. Right, well it's working now, and I've just got the front to put back on, which can go back on now. Just check this out to super glue this post here. Yeah, that'll be okay, that's going nowhere. So I'll place the front back on, because I am running out of memory. Oh shit, I nearly forgot to put the dial lens back in. Andy, you're a klutz. What are you? You're a klutz. Oh. I'm going to run out of fucking memory. I'm not going to get it done. I'm going to run out of fucking memory here. Because I've got a memory light flashing. Right. That goes on there first. There we go. Let's make sure that is stuck on. Yeah, that won't go anywhere, but louder than that. Place the top on. Right. Right. Now it's just... Right, and that's it. Just a matter of now putting the screws back in it, folks. And we're giving the knobs a wash. You don't need to see me put the screws in. You've seen me put things together 1,000 times. Right, I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this a day on this one because I've only got to put the screws in, and I'll call it a day on this one. And don't forget to join me on the next one. the next repair, whatever the next repair may be. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and more to come later. Bye for now.